that's you sitting next to me. And the other one is over there. Look at those legs, the way they just spread out. Okay. They don't like me talking to anybody. I'm going to be moving to an area that's a little bit clearer in a minute. We're going to go downstairs and do this. So we're going to get prepared for this video. Right now I'm finishing my coffee. So I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go and be out, make sure nobody gets in my way and I don't get in their way, although I'm not in my house. So really, is there any way that's my way at all? I'm going to sit on this desk. Just give me a second to figure out where I am. So, yeah, not in my office. There's nothing here. Okay, so we're going to get this desk. Sit this down over here. Oh, okay, just back this up. See if we can back this up a little. See if I can lean this so we can do this properly. Have a proper video tonight. I have to put something in front of it so it doesn't move. I can probably put something behind it. The Ransom House Encyclopedia. As usual, unsure what I will be working on this evening. It's 21:21. I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay. You do know what I do. It's a numerology science. A numerology science. I study numbers. One for you is one. But if I say it in French or in Hebrew or in German, if I use the English alphabet or the alphabet that can be calculated with a numerical value, I will be able to see an anomaly within the word because of the number. The 26 letters of the English alphabet tell stories beyond what is being told. They are signatures for connecting dots and dashes. Numerology science. I study numbers. I study the word of the number, if it's number one, or in French, un, or in Spanish with the same letter alphabet for Spanish. For anything I can use my alphabet with, or I'd like to use the Hebrew alphabet because I know the numerological value are easy to find, or just about any other alphabet. But you can't make yourself thin, right? There are three sides to a triangle and a base. We have to understand that structure. We also have to understand the number structure of A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 equaling to 6, plus 4 equaling to 10. If I did it backwards, would I be starting at Z or counting only two numbers? Because the reverse of the 10 world, I need a 9, but the alphabet ends on the 26th letter, H. I'm going live on YouTube. Come join me. So no one's been here, so let me go. Numerology, study of numbers, then use the words in which the numbers are dictated to and tell the stories which are connected. How are you doing? Okay, I'm just uploading this little video and want to explain the science that I do, or I believe it's a science. Some, whatever they call me, whatever you want to call me, right? And while there's nobody here, I'm going to write something down. First, number one, let's start out with, I have to check this, buy me a coffee, okay. Log into my page, okay. Just give me a second, I'm going to be starting soon. Log into my page. 1 second, this, share, copy link, go to my YouTube channel, breathe. I had to open up the circuitry, makes my heart pump a little bit quicker. So it's a little stressing sometimes when I'm not talking to anybody at all. And if I have more contact with people that can only ask questions at certain periods being directed, that I have to follow my flow. And I've heard somebody else say this today, some person named Fairy Tale something. They are tarot card readers. And when I heard this person say this, I know it's a genuine reality for their realm, for their understanding, whether it's true or not. But it's for me also. Sometimes I really can't be interrupted. Don't interrupt me. I'm on a path. My car's on the highway. I'm doing 250 miles an hour, and you pull in at 249. You speed by me and then pull in at 249. You impede my thinking. I'm no longer, I now have to think of everybody behind me, right? Much, much more. Anyways, besides that interruption, let me go over here. Let me find out where this is. Oh, yes, it's over here, here, here. Okay, so I had to share just a live online. So we've been here for 10 minutes, done nothing yet. Share, share. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna just go over here, and I have to comment. How do I comment in my OpenIn app? Continue. Continue. Hey, how's everybody going? I just joined myself. I just liked myself. So now that we're two on here, I want to see how I can comment on this page. Okay, so the start time is start time. Start time is 10 minutes. That's why I don't like to really do the lives much. I like to have some talk, not just talk to myself, right? It's no fun to just talk to myself. I want to tell to you the stories that I read from the numbers, and if there's nobody here to participate, then I may as well just do a video and upload it, right? And I know it's a sad story to be telling anybody, but it's a little bit of a sad story, right? Let me see. Beyond numerology. Okay, it looks like there's 3 watching, but I think 2 of them are me. So we have a underneath the desk is a dog. I have to fix this. It's just disgusting. I'm just disgusted with myself. 20 years here and I can't get a machine to stick itself up properly. You know, it's funny. I have one app that says there's 3 watching, and I have the other app that says there's 0 watching. Just so ironic. And this thing just slid down again. I just feel so sick every time it slides down. Let me try and get something that might hold it. You know, I thought I was intelligent, that I was able to create something that can hold a book from sliding. Let me see if I got it. What about this? Can this stop my book from sliding? No, that's not going to stop it. It's not going to stop it, and it keeps sliding, so just give me a minute. Can I just hold it up? I can hold it up like this, right? If I hold it up like that, then I have to lean back and go, hey, let's work together. This is supposed to be fun, but at the same time, I know there's 168 hours in the week, and you don't have the whole week to watch me. I am not here to convince anybody other than to share the anomaly. You can share your anomalies with me. You can tell me about something, and it's got to be as easy as ABC. That's as easy as ABC. This is a magical cube, and magical numbers, right, are, if you want, 25 is a magical number. The B and the E, the BEE, just using those, is 12. The B is noted to be in the hive. The hive is connected to the hexagon. The hexagon is connected to 6. 6 inverted in the cube, okay, is 1. 6 inverted in the cube is 1. If I drill holes, you can see 7. This is your only 7, and this is your only 7. So from 6, you saw 1. You saw 3 empty spots where there was 1 taken up here, and then the other one taken up here. You can see above and below. So you're going to have 1 and 2 over here. So we saw that. Now we look at this, and we just look at what's missing, and there's a total of 8. Well, if there's a total of 3 and 3 here, and I turn it sideways, and there's 3 and 3 here, I know there's automatically an area space of 8 and 1. So if I had to take the alphabet, right, and begin at the other end of the alphabet, I'm going to be starting at 8. I'm not going to be starting at 9. My total expansion is only going to go to 9 using the alphabet. Should I be doing some other kind of equation? So I have to think, and sometimes I think as I go along right now, and sometimes I need to push it off on somebody and somebody else to say something to me. Like I can tell you everything I'm thinking, right? And it really bugs me. But I absolutely do know that if this, over here, this quadro paper, if it told me the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and the paper talks to me, oh my God, this guy's nuts. Yes, the paper talks to me. The cube talks to me. It tells me stories. I go, hey, Mr. Cube. It goes, yeah. I go, what do you see? I go, I see 1 dot, and I know there's 8 missing. I know that 6 are here and 3 are missing. So if I have 1 and 8 and 6 and 3, if I have 1 and 8 and 6 and 3, I got 9 and 9. Or how about if I have 3 missing here and 8 missing here? 3 and 8, 11. 6 and 1, 7 to 8 and 3, 11. I have 7, 11. So I go over to the 2 and I say, hey, Mr. 2, number 58, number 13. Why is 2 number 13? T20, W23 equals to 43, and O equals to 15. 43 and 15 is 58. 5 and 8 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. So how did 2 turn into 4? TWO, 2. So now I jumped off the alphabet, right? The expansion of the alphabet, right? what's happening to the alphabet? I'm like, what do I do to the alphabet? And I just want to cry because I'm making something up right now and it bugs me. If the first letter, okay, of the alphabet and the last letter, the first was 1 and the last was 26, what if I get to the letter M? The M is not the center of the alphabet, but it is the first half of the alphabet. The only way to create a center in the alphabet is to lock up M and N together. In gematria, it says when we get to M and N, they are both 1. Now, I'm not going to, should I put them on top of each other? Should I do this to them? Should I just leave a center and put a ring around it? So then I would put a ring around M and N. And then I put a ring around L and O, and then I put a ring around K and P, and then I put a ring around J and Q, and then I put a ring around I and R, and then I put a ring around H and S, and then I'd have the 2 pillars, the T and the G, the 20th and the 7th letter. The 20th and the 7th letter. 20 represents the house of Bait, 1010. 10 will only represent the alpha. The only place you'll ever find it is right here. The only way to create it on a face is here. Understanding the numerical logistics of numbers on your telephone keypad, on the ATM, on the calculator, on your keyboard. Do I have to tell you any other places? You tell me. When you make a phone call, what numbers do you press? Do you press 1 number at a time? You press 2 numbers at a time. So you're absolutely pressing 7 numbers to make a phone call, 3 numbers for an area code, plus, whatever, right? And every time you press a number, it's a single digit. In the first position, in the second position, in the third position, in the fourth position. And then they have a tire, like a minus sign, to separate the numbers. Does that mean these 3 numbers, which are possibly 999, are going to take away from these numbers 9999 to an area code that could be 999, or all of them are 1s? So there's a numeric story going on there. I don't have the answer right now. I have to look at it over time. I'm just bringing up different dimensions of what numbers are. So if you want to go back to this, I'll connect 1 and 9 equals to 10. I'll connect 2 and 8, but I can't because the 2 and 8 are not here. I'll connect 3 and 7, that will be 10. I'll connect 4 and 6, that will be 10. When I turn it this way, I'll connect the 2 and 8, 10, the 1 and 9, 10, the 3 and 7, 10, but not the 4 and 6, 10. 2 and 8 is not ignited, right, when the 4 and 6 are ignited, and vice versa. When you look at this dice cube this way, that dot right through, let's see if I can show you the dot right through. So you can create the H, because that allows you to go right away across, right? You jump onto this stone and onto this stone. If I turned it this way, this would be holding the pinion of the bell, and the bell would be hitting this side, and that pinion would all be in the center, and all around the bell would be vibrating against the alpha shaft that's been hitting on each side, just jumping around within the story. The magical cube. Did you know that the word 1, and I'm going to write this down. The word 1, let me see what book I'm in. The word 1, right, equals to a total of 34. Now the word 6 equals to a total of 52. So let me see if you can see this, what it comes out, right? You see that? They both have 7 and 7. They're both 7s. In fact, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't that ironic? And to locate the center of this cube, and I do this and I do it over and over, because I can tell you a story and you're going to say, I wonder if that's true. I wonder if that's true. But when I tell you a story and you say, I wonder if that's true, I'm going to give you reason to see it. And then the question is, if it's true, how in the world did the English language, did the French language, did our alphabet tell us that we are on a surface? There's earth on the surface, there's bodies of water, there's water under the earth, there's earth over the water. Are we living on the land? We're not living in the water, but since the land is in the water, what does that make us? Since the air we breathe, okay, has content in it, we're breathing in something constantly. Our lungs are taken into our body. There's a chemical reaction. I'm not doing it. I didn't make it. I didn't create it. I didn't ask to come here. I grew up and I noticed, guess what? I'm alive, and I noticed there's a whole planet and a whole lot of people that are surrounding me. I see people that are happy. I see people that are sad. I see people that are angry. I see good and bad drivers. I see good food. I taste bad food. Now the question is, who is me to judge any of this, of anything that I said? These are all the words I learned on this planet. I'm looking to see if we think alike. And everything I said, is it possible that all these things happen, that I can possibly think about all these things? How organic became orgasmic. How we have organs in our body, and unless the organs play properly, we're not going to feel well. We need our body to function. You didn't ask anything in your body, right? You ate that food. You didn't say anything to your body what to do with it after. You said nothing. Why did you take that shower? Why do you want to smell good? Who do you have to impress? Taking care of one's body. What if we never showered? As in life, as in creation, like in a mushroom and a tree, things grow. You're not the only thing living on this planet. And without cleansing yourself, whatever else is on this planet will begin to grow on you. The word one equals the 3, 4. The 3 and the 4 are reversed on this cube. What does that mean about 1? Does it mean that 1 is controlling 3 and 4? The word 6 equals to 52. The numeric value for man, the numeric value for rabbit is 52. The numeric value for earth is 52. So far, anybody can do this work. Now, who made up these words? Man? Did you know that ame, A-M-E, is soul in French? Why am I telling you this? 20 years of pieces and parts, putting together where the numbers go, where they can't go, where they could go, what it says if it goes here, because if something goes there, something else does not. And the number does not come alone. The only time a number comes alone is right here. The other number that comes in a pair is right here. After that, they may come together in 3. She might duplicate herself, add herself to him. Then together, they bring twins and create the E-world through 2112. Your basic creation in the doghouse is K11. To you, on the next level, 21. Those are your 2 letters. It's your 1 times 1 will create 1. 1 plus 1 will create 2. You will have 2 and 1 or 1 and 2. You see, they say that is it multiplication before addition? So if it's multiplication before addition, and I'm asking you that question, right? I'm asking you that question. And the reason I'm asking you that question, because if it's multiplication for addition, right, then 3 cubed begins first. In addition, 2 cubes come first. I'm going to show you why. My first multiplication sign is going to end up in here. I'm going to see if I can lean this down, right? I'm going to create an X in a single box. If I did it in here, this would be my single box X. If I made an X and X, there are no more. So my other X's are all outside the box in this area over here. This becomes my 3 cubed right over here. And this is my 2 cubed over here. I'm not sure if we can piece these two together and have this one into here. I wasn't looking to do this. But then this is the alpha. And then can you call this the omega or the beta? The alpha, can you call that the protein that goes into the white of the egg? I don't know if we can do that, right? This 9 will go into the 16. Or at the same time, we can take this 4 and put it into the 9. The K, right? And I called it the doghouse. Dog equaling to 26. If I wanted to say dogs, this is bringing 2 worlds together. The reason for that is this is made up of AI, and the S is expressed as the 19th letter. It is the 8th letter reverse, which is H and S. They are reverse of each other, these 2 letters over here. As we spoke earlier, before we can put 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, going to equal to the 9, but we're only going to use 3 at a time. It'll be these 3, or these 3, or these 3, or these 3, or these 3. It's never going to be all 4. This is the mirror world. We create a mirror in this world, right? Although you can see on here 3 opposite sides, there's also 2 opposite sides here that when you roll a dice, when you look at the pole, you'll only see 1 number at the pole, and then you're going to have 4 numbers around the pole, totaling to what is 14. And on this one, right, on this one right here, that if I should shut my eyes and I should jiggle this around and put my fingers over it like this. Sorry, did I do that? I'm going to jiggle it around. You see my eyes are closed, and you see my hands are right here. I'm going to do this. And you're going to say, well, you can figure by the dots. No, I can tell you right now that what's going around the rim is 1, 2, 5, and 6. So if I take my finger off of here, that'll be the 2. That'll be the 5. That'll be, sorry, whoop, I didn't take it off the other side. That'll be the 6. That'll be the 1. All you need to see is 1 number. You know the opposite, and you know all that's left over. It's the doghouse, right? I didn't finish the I part. The I part about this is, right, the AI, right, which is also noted to be 9/11, is where the 2/9 come in, the 3/8 come in, the 4/7 come in, and the 5 and 6 come in. The one side will be the 9, the other side will be the 11. That'll be your AI. Monkey, the IT system, birth of the beast, Jesus in the house of energy, power up the horse power. That's right, horse equals to 65. Right? Yo, 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 hey boy. So that would be Earth and Mars. Boy is number 42. Creates the numeric value of 6 and 8. Now you can look at it as a single cube and understand that the 6 dot reverses to the 8 void, where the 6 dot complements in the 8 void, filling up that 8 void over here. So 6 fits right into 8 with the light. And what do we have left over? Only 2. So remember that. When 6 fills the light within 1, we are left over with 2. That value for me is 1.5, 2160, which is 1.5 times 1440 equals to what is 2160. Where do I get my numbers from? Well, there's 1440 minutes in a day. 1440, morning, afternoon, night, evening. They're talking about two parts of the day of 12 hours. They're talking about one day of 24 hours. They're talking about 2 parts of 12 hours. They're talking about 3 parts of 8 hours. They're talking about 4 parts of 6 hours. And that's all the calculation. That's it. So when we do 4 parts, we create what I call the mirror. Trinity, and put a plateau or a cap on Trinity, which creates the 4th area, which now wraps into the 3 area, where 1 area, it's a 1 for 3 for 1 exchange, to where right now we're working the 3 for 1 exchange. We work 3 years and then the leap year. Now, in this plateau, right, where we have 3 sides, we put a plateau. These 3 sides work into 1. So do we have 3 years and then the plateau becomes the leap year? I'm just asking that question. So I'm going to get back to dog, or like I said, if I put dogs down. And one of the things about dogs, where we get our what do you call it? The picture. Where has the picture been pre-written? And the picture has been pre-written for me as a child. Did they want me to believe? Did they not want me to believe? When I was watching as a young child, one of the cartoon shows, whether it's Disney or Marvel or whatever it was, did they ever tell me everything in this picture? I mean, should we be going, what should we be doing? Did they ever say in Walt Disney, this might be dangerous to your kids, right? Because they had Goofy, which is a dog, walking another dog. Goofy is walking Pluto. Who is Goofy? 7, 15, 22, and 15, 37, and 25, 62. Goofy. Pluto is 84. So what is that supposed to tell you? 2 dogs. Pluto's a planet, by the way. Pluto is orange. When they do construction on the road, they put out the orange pylons. If you ever look at the design as a pylon, it's a cone-like. Cones, I'm not really sure. Cones to avoid potholes, cones for construction. Earth is under construction constantly. I'm losing my train of thought. I want to get a glass of water, which is upstairs. So if you give me 2 minutes, I will be back. I want to get back to it. I'm just going to let you sit with this one right now. Is that the dog is a K9. K9. 911. So when you play blackjack, the ace gets to be valued at 11. When you play blackjack, the 10, the jack, the queen, and the king, all the picture cards, were in a time frame inside the picture. They will all be valued at 10, making the ace the highest card. You can only have one ace 11. Ace will create both 1 and 2 and 2 and 1, making it L and U. 12, 21, or 33 coming from what is 11, 22, 11 and 33. There is no 22 unless we have 2K. And a couple of years ago, like 24 years ago, we came to the era where they called it Y2K. Is it 2 canines? And the minute it began on 9/11. Y is a division. It's Trinity. 3 parts of 8 is the 24. 3 times 12 is 36. So give me a minute. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get back to the canine, the dog, and whatever else I have written down. And hopefully I can find some of the work that I did not work on that I haven't mentioned. But I'll be back. If we want to bring peace to this planet, and people for thousands of years, as far as I know, it's just been my lifetime that everybody keeps saying, what is the word of God? And let this heal you and let that heal you. The thing is, for the 60 years I've been on this planet, right? More or less, okay, when it was time for me to make my own decisions, there wasn't anybody around. Just me. I made a choice with the knowledge that I grew up with. Sometimes it was a good choice, sometimes it was a bad choice. Do I believe we live in a system? According to the numbers, we do. According to the numbers, everything is as going as planned. So according to the numbers, okay, the system, the vibrations, when you hit the drum today, it's going to make the same sound if you hit it 100 years ago. Vibration has not changed. The piano keys have not changed. The vibration within the water has not changed. The air that all humans breathe, although it's been altered, it has not changed. The water that we drink, although it's been altered, and the food that we eat from the grocery store has been altered but not changed. For we have been guessing our way and putting rules, laws, and regulations based on what other people think without working on back to the beginning to Morse code. A dot, a dot, dot, a dot, 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 and a dash. So that's one of the things I have to learn is how the dots and dashes work in Morse code. Understanding also that when we brought it on to get to beat the electronic area, right, we called it the CB code. It was a Zen radio, CB radio, C and B coming together. They called it rabbit ears, but there was another radio where you needed a license. You need a license for the dog. It was ham radio, HAM, AMH. It is also letters in a vibration. That H keeps coming up. Comes up in H2O. It comes up in OH, M, and it comes up here in ham radio. They note it and they say it's a single antenna. Sometimes it has what's it called? Sticking out. I don't remember. It's a single antenna, and I'm not sure if it has what do you call it? Anyways, regardless of that fact that you probably understand what I'm saying. So the ham radio reminds me of the pig. Arnold from Green Acres when I was growing up. Remember what acre is. What is the size of an acre? We have to also learn that. Now, if we're looking at learning acres, what about yards? What about feet? What about inches? The periodic table, the weights and measures, all the tools to decordicate what is a word, a numerical value. That when put together, we can sing a beautiful song, not because of the choice of the words, but the harmony amongst the words, or the way the words are dictated. Whether it's jazz, country, rock and roll, disco, the harmonics that go along with the word also dictates its anatomy. I'm trying to figure out which way to say it. So I'm going to be going upstairs for a minute. Tell me if I'm on this. I just want to take a check and see if anybody has said anything here. Let me see this over here. Why doesn't it show me? I don't want to open it in the app. Why isn't it showing me? Just 1 second. Let me see this here. How come I can't open it? I want to try and open it. Hold on a second. I'll show more. No, it's not letting me continue. Okay, I see. Okay. Okay, so I see there's somebody here. Okay, you can see, I couldn't see this before. And right, look at that. I'm here, and there's a couple more of me in there. And all of you. Imagine this. Imagine this. If there's 1,000 people watching right now, I'll be in 1,000 houses. How in the world did God, if God was to come here, the Lord can individually come into your house? And you will only hear, like only the dog hears certain sounds. So you're only going to pick up, you might hear something, I might not. So I'm going to get a glass of water, taking, let's say, 4 minutes to the 45-minute mark. I don't like to do this, but I'm just going upstairs for a minute. I'll be back in 4 minutes. I'll bring my phone to, and I'll put this backwards like that. I don't know if you want to see what's going on in the paper. Is there any way to make that sit? Yeah, okay, I'll be back in a minute. When you get a okay, that was quick, eh? How you doing, buddy? Hey, how you doing? Hey, hey, yeah. Okay, that's it. Lie down. Go under the desk. Okay. Um, yeah, I have to get this to tilt a little bit, just a little bit. So let me see if I can tilt this. Yeah, okay, then maybe this is a little bit bigger. And let me put this here. Okay, and I'm really not sure where I was going with this, but I just want to discuss just a little things. So what we brought up at the beginning is we know the alphabet does not end on 9. I know, and you know, that the single area over here, right? The single area here has 8 around it. I know the next size up is here if we want to bring it into conformity. The question is, And why I want to cry sometimes is because why is it square? Why is it square? And my first thing that comes out, why is it square, is because when you take this instrument, right? You take this instrument and you spin it around, you're going to get a circle. And the crazy thing is about that circle is you square it off. You don't rectangularize it, guessing on how much outside the rectangle outside I'm going to go. You can do that afterwards by taking the diameter of the circle and then putting it either to the outside, east and west, or to the north and south. Why not northeast or southeast or southwest? Yes, we have to do it to all of them. As we build area space, we have to go by some geometric logic. Now, because I have no school about this, so I can't follow anything other than learning on my own since day one. Did I look anything up? I started doing things on my own. Maybe I bumped into things like counting to a single digit, understanding it's Pythagorean, also understanding that you can do it in gematria. And I didn't make up gematria. And you can do it the alphabet 1 through 26, and that's pretty simple. I started at A and I ended at 26, but it still boggles me. But we do know that one area sits inside of 8 areas, right? We also know we can create what is called, I like to call the pencil shapes. And one of the pencil shapes means that if you have 9, you'll have 1 point in the front, and all the other ones will be behind it. And that 1 point in the front, what does it mean? Does it mean that 1 point in the front to something out of here will run itself up to equal to 9? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we did that, I'd have to do this. I'd have to do this. This is one of the things I would be doing. This over here. See the way I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'd have to go 1. Did I get that right? Yes. Let me see if I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I didn't get that right. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is 1, 2, 3. I just want to see if I did this right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I meet at the fifth one. 6, 7, 8, 9. Is this the way to set it up, or should I be setting it up like in the deck of cards? So although I have what has been fixed for me, can I create other charismatic situation where it just blends and the other 9 would meet here? So that means at the same time when I meet here, I can go 4 up here and 4 up here. So I'd have 4, 8, 12, 16. I'll have 16 and this singular 9th area. 4 and 4 is 8, and 1 is 9. 4 and 4 is 8, and 1 is 9. I'm only going to have 17, but I'm going to have 2 9s because I'm going to be using the heart together. So since I showed you this design, when you pick up the deck of cards, you're going to see the center dot of the 9, and then you're going to see 4 above and 4 below, almost like what I'm showing you, but in a formatted way to fit into the card. On this dice, you see it another way. You see it in a square. But to note that when you have the area space, right? For me, this is an area space that should have this area, that either this is a whole area or we connect 4 dots to create one area. Then we can only create 2 lines in another area, how we're creating our letters. Again, I want to go back to what I started with, that the word 6 equals 5 and 2, 7. And then you can look that there's a 2 and a 5, 7. So when 6 creates number 52, right? The word 5 equals to 42. And the word, just give me a second, 2 equals to 58. Now, I want to point this down. I'm going to turn the camera around right now. So I'm not on any fixed. I should have brought my, hold on a second. I should have brought my stand with. Let me see if I can, get this. Let me see if I can get this to stay like this. Let me see, can I get that to stay like that? Just give me a second. I'm gonna have to check out my, let me see, can I get that to stand like that? We're back with the fooling around again, eh? Let me fool around before I'll ever figure this out. I'm so frustrated, oh my God. This is just terrible. Just 1 second. Whoa, no, you can't see anything here. Just 1 second. We're gonna get it done in a second. I'm gonna get this done in a second. I told you, I am so frustrated with this. I am so frustrated with this. It's just, I just can't concentrate when I can't figure out, you know, what I'm doing. No, I can't do this. I don't know why. I'm gonna try and figure out another way. Hold on a second. Okay, I think this is good. I think this is good. Okay. Let me move this phone over here so I can see if anybody has said anything to me. Okay. No, I don't really like it, you know. I don't. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. Maybe I can put this here. Let me see if I can get this over here. No. How can I sit this like this? How can I sit this like this without holding it up? I have to hold it up. This is ridiculous. Oh boy, just give me a second to figure this out. This way's not so bad. This way's not so bad. This way's not so bad. So where was I with this? So here's the 5 and here's the 2. The 5 equals to 8 and 6. So we're going to get 8 and 6. This is going to be equal to 40 and 13 equals to 53 equals to 41. So this is what happened so far. We have the 1, which is reverse of the 6. What happens with the 6 is the 5 equals to 42. The 6, okay, equals to 52. The 2 equals to 58. When you put these together, it will equal to 100 or 91. It will either equal to 100, okay, and as well 91 to a single digit count. When you look at this number, we have to look up words that total 100. One is Taurus, so it's going to be the house of bait, right? It's going to be the bee house. It's also going to be the ox. The ox is number 39. Why? Because if it's the bee house, it inherits the ox inside the house. It's also a numeric value that's going to go along with angel. It's going to be in the mirror world because it's going to say the word 10. Each one has a numerical logical value of 39. And this is going to be played at the gateway. This is going to have a connection to it. It's also going to say sky, but in French, by accumulating these 2 numbers, 3 to the power of 2, in the house of bait. Bait has been doubled. It's the double house. The W, the V, and the U. 666, the house of man. 666. I'll explain that. 2 times 9 for the birth for the split dog house. The where am I over here? 91 is going to say spirit. I do not know many words, and I'd like to get, if I can get more words, just punch in number 91 and see what words come out. Right now, I don't have a system set up for that. Right? I have a system that I can put in any word, but I don't have a system that comes up with that. But I think in the gematria calculator, there's an area that collects all the information of people that put into it. Maybe I should set that up. The gematria calculator, spirit equals to 91. Now, 91 is a derivative, I don't want to put it up here, of 13 times 7. There are 13 moons in a year and 13 cards in a suit. When you multiply it, it equals to 91. When you add it, it equals to 20. The total is 111. And it just so happens that there's many ways to use 111. You can multiply it and add it to equal to 4. You can also, I can tell you that this is the heart of 36 numbers, 3 by 37. At the same time, 111 can be 12 or 21. 9 and 2 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. It can be 21. When you were saying this, that's the letter U. U is for blackjack. In blackjack, it's 21, where you get paid 1.5 times the bet, right? Or the wager. But when you look at this bet, it equals to 27. 27 is the house of Beit that we live, the 360-degree house, which we are to ire, the I and R. 3 times 6, 18. 3 plus 6, 9, right? REICHE, 666, the number to man, 18. They call it chai. Well, if we live in this house, believe it or not, that this cube over here, take a good look at it. Take a good look at it. Look at your calculator. Look at the ATM. Look at Rubik's Cube. Take a look at the center. You see that center over there? It's not on this side, it's not on this side, it's in the center. When you turn it around, you have 4 sides. You have the left side, the right side, and the center. That's 3. You also have it below. That's 6. So you have 3 cubes, or 3 areas, and 3 areas. If you want to count it over here, since I counted the top areas, there's an area here for the 7th and an area here for the 8th. The other ones I didn't count are these 4 corners, and that'll be 12. And then I didn't count the 4 centers over here. That'll be 16. I didn't count the center here or the center here. So count it. We have 3, we have 6, we have 9. Then we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's supposed to be 18. There's 18 and 8. There's 18 and 8. 2 corners here and 2 corners here, right? There's 5 left over. You flip it over, 2 corners and 2 corners. There's 5 left over, and then 8 the rest of the way. There's a total of 18 in the center and 8 to the corner. That's a total of 26 plus 1. The word game is 26. The word dog is 26. 18 is for chai. 18, the number to man, 6, 6, 6. The corner, the center of this is the 27th area. Everything goes in rotation of this single cube, where the center of this cube, 1.5 plus 3.5. 0.5 minus 4, 2 plus 1.5, 5 minus 1.5, 3 plus 0.5, 4 minus 0.5, 1 plus 2.5, 6 minus 2.5, all meeting at 3.5. You don't buy anything, or do you buy anything that's 10.5 grams, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. It's usually 1 or 2. 3.5 equaling to a 7. Give me a 14, right? Give me a 28. This cube has 21 dots on it, but has 54 area spaces. Can we calculate what number calculates into 54 area spaces? 9 and 6 calculate into that. 9 times 6, 6 times 9 equals to 54. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is that 9 and 6, and this is a 3 cube. And every numeric value, as we go through it, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 9. When we stand in this position, this is the I that is standard between everybody. You see that dot in the center? This is where we create the I. And this is going to be 6, 6, 6. 1 and 7, difference of 6 equaling to 8. 2 and 8 equaling to 10, a difference of 6. 3 and 9 equaling to 12, a difference of 6, 6, 6. So the total value, I don't want to do it here. So the total value of this, of the 1 and 7 equals to 8. The 2 and 8 equals to 10. The 3 and 9 equals to 12. This is the 30 is 6 and 24. 10, 10, 10. Here's your 30. 8, 1, 3. The creation in the house of Venus. Now, which way? It's in the beta house. These two coming together is the beta house, right? I don't know how alpha works, if it goes like this and then starts like this, right? The 3 card and then this over here. I have to create another one. I'm going to show it to you. This area, this area, this area, and this area. Now, can I create this? What is this? 1 and 3 and 5 and 9. A, U, E, I. These are your basic vowels. Where is the O letter? The O letter is over here. But if you take a look, right, this position is the 6th position. Mars is number 51. Man is noted to be this creation, also noted to play a role in this area over here. When you add up 1 through 18, it equals to 171. Q over Q at the gateway between the queen, right, and the king. This is my first denomination of explaining this. 103. Also JC for those numbers. The J, note that you couldn't tell if you didn't see the bottom of this picture. Both the I and the J hold dots on the small letters. C is noted to be what is 6. What is A plus B plus your base creation C equals to 6. When you multiply it, it also equals to 6. So if we want to understand, is it possible that our passing gateway, right, between 5775, right, let me do that again, between 5775 is when 6 and 6 come together. But this is only in the first house. You see 7 goes over here. 575 equals to 17. This is where when you look at G, it looks like an E. When you look at it, it could be mistaken for a 6. But this is where your 5G shows up, and that is where your electric moon shows up. Since we're integrated, right? Since we've been integrated into this game like Tron, everything you say and everything you do will vibrate throughout the game. So the minute you go ahead and you give your acceptance, or what I like to call your griff, okay, when you give your griff, you see your griff that you give? Once you give your griff, your signature away, you've signed it away for life. This is your signature, and it's the cat signature. We live in the cat house, 33. Note it that the numeric value for the cat is 24. The numeric value for the dog is 26. You notice that it's 8 and 6, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to that 8 and 6 that I spoke about, that I keep speaking about, because that's truth. This is a truth we cannot deny. We can't deny it because we've been playing games with this truth. When you die, you lose one of these. When you're in the house of bait, you have 2 of them. When you have 2 of them, I never get in front of this, but I see when you have 2 of them, and when you die, you only have 1. So now we have to look at some games where we use 2 cubes. We have to understand the odds of these 2 cubes. We have to understand games where we use these 2 cubes. What's the fairness? What's going on? What's the story? When we play a game with 1 cube, we have to understand that story. Then there's games which I already went over once. There's what they call yum, and there's the high straight, and there's the low straight, and you play with 5 cubes. You don't play with 6. Although this is 6 sides, you are going to play with 1 side that's going to dictate what is your reverse side and what is the ring that's around it. See that? 17. Stand on 17. How do I know? 4 below, 3 above, 14 around. 5 and 6 and 1 and 2. When you do this, see the 5? See the 6? This is your I position. This is your 9 position, right? Your 3 and your 4. Your 17 and your 18. 17 and 18 is within the Sun and Mars. Although the numeric value is 7, is used for the moon, in this situation, it's used for Mars. How does it switch over? I need 3 times 17 to equal to 51, but I need to use a single 7. I need to use a single 7. Okay, I need to use the 9. 3 times 19 equals to 57. So I use a singular 7 to where I need 3 7s inside the value of 17, where it tells me in French that I need to use 10 and 7, 10 and 7, 10 and 7. In the moon, it's my end calculation is going to end up with a 1. But when I use the 9 calculation with the mirror 10, because that 10 is going to take you up 1 value, 1 takes you up 1 value, I end up in the reverse of the moon is Mars. But when I work with 17 and 18, they don't fall into the mirror area. They're in the mirror world, but they're not in the mirror area. It's a quadruple area. When you get into the Sun, it's 4 times 20. It's 4 separate houses to get into 80. Even though I'm going to create a multiplication, okay, because we live in the house of the cat, we live in 3 cube, right? I'm only going to multiply it by 3. The 4 will bring on the mirror of that number. So what happens is 3 by 18 equals to 54, the same numeric value for the Sun, the same numeric value for love. It's in the house of bait because this is my theory that the French say 18. But as a child of the Creator, and I am a continuation of the brain, the conscious, the central conscience, learning with what it was made to be for in my game that we learn from as the children, uneducated to a domain that we've never been before. And you were never there, because now we're learning from the game itself, from the nature of things. Am I explaining that properly? So when I say 18, I'm going to say it in French. I'm going to say 10, 8. So I can say 18. I can also say 10 minus 8 equals to 2. 2 would tell me about the beta house in the teen world. In the teen world, the beta house in the teen world. 2 cubes. I wear a tie. When I die, they cut the tie. When I die, they cut the tie. Does that mean I lose a cube? If I'm coming into this world and I'm playing with 2 cubes and I have an opponent equaling to now 4 cubes, I cut the tie. And when I cut the tie, they don't just cut it straight across. They cut it on an angle. That angle being at 45 degrees, call that the Queen's angle, and I bring it onto the Queen's angle because of the cap, because of the hat on the Queen on the deck of cards. Note that the Queen has 8 eyes. Note that the Jack has 6 eyes. 8 and 6, cutting the birth of the man in Trinity, 666, from the altar heavens, from the 8, from the 420, from the house of Venus. 3 parts of the house of Venus. So where do we get cut back to when you cut that tie? T-I-E. When you put I and E together, I before E, except after C in creation, to the 7th gate, into the 7th gate. Let's call it the prison planet. They absolutely, for me, had it right. Sun, right, is inside prison, and pirate as a word, and spirit, or in French, esprit, the spirit. Now, the spirit for me and the Holy Ghost is something happened through the moon, and that we've been altered through vibration onto possibly our choices, and then we signed everything away to agree with those choices, calling it the griffe. The griffe is a scratch. There's a saying out there, it's cat scratch fever. The fever is in the E world, because when you play the dice, you're usually going fever 5. 5 goes with 9, which is your birth. I and E comes together. For an example, when you cut the tie, you cut off another gateway. The T for time, or the T for timeout, or the T for timeout. One's horizontal, one is vertical, going up in the I position. They don't do it this way. Do they do it this way, or is it done this way? Because it makes a difference. One is the H and one is the I. 8 and 9. You see, I'm not making the whole thing, but you have to see what the rest of this is, right? It's like that. Like that. It could be the T or the I. So you have the griffe, it's cat scratch fever. When you scratch, we play pool. We can be in a pool together. We can scratch. What do we scratch and call it? We scratch on the 8 ball. The 8 inverted goes to the S letter. The S letter is the 19th letter, says 19, 10-9. Saying 10-9, say lightening. Say 10-9, 10 minus the 9 equaling to 1. 1 being the alpha world inside the teen world, because it happens in 19. 1 and 19 and 10 all repeat 1. But 1 and 19 remain 1 red. Although this crazy stuff, when I go to 21st, it's the first time I'm going to say ST. But I've already said that I have 1 in the teen worlds, in TH, teen, 19th, time heaven. In 18, a little bit more special, 4774 in minutes. In the boy, I just threw myself off. I'm going to get a glass of water. I hope I have a little bit left in the other room. Just give me a minute. Coach Dougie. Coach Dougie. They have the Encyclopedia, Cyclops, Pedia, Ped. They usually, what do they use Ped for? ED is the sun. Just trying to see what's inside that word. Can we shorten the word encyclopedia? Can we call it something smaller? Why do we call it the encyclopedia? What is the combination coming together? Or the dictionary? 493 come together, where the 9 splits up the D and the C inside the word dic, D-I-C. Also to note that when you say dictionary, when you write it down, D-I-C, I'm coming back again, I need to go upstairs to get my little cookie. When I write D-I-C, dic, it's 493, right? Which equals to 16. But at the same time, I'm not sure which way you want to see this, but it's 501 and 100. 601. The D, the I, and the C are all Roman numerals. There's, we are missing the M, the L, the X, and the V. So we're missing 50, 65, we're missing 1,065. Total Roman numerals are 1666, or 5 divided by 3 creation in the E world. Why should it say that? Why should it sound like that? It's like, for me, it's too perfect. Creation in the E world, and the E world also noted to be 11. Also in my work, it showed up before where it comes out to energy. And the E world, okay, is the 5th position. And in the 5th position is number 74. 11. And it's ironic that, which is 74, which is 11. And it just so happens that 11 equals 6 and 3, 9. It just so happens that the 6 and 3 come together right now over me, right? They sang a song about it. Me being matter and energy, me also, okay, matter, listen to the story, is 77. Power is 77. The horse is the 7th zodiac sign in astrology, okay? And it'll happen in 1907, 1919, bringing 2 worlds together. 9/11, it's just ironic, no? Also, the numeric value for horse is 65, and that equals to 11. Your base creation off these dice cubes. Let's see, do I have another dice cube in my pocket? Yeah, I do. The base creation off these dice cubes. Remember I said fever, 5 fever? There's your 5. 5 fever. 4 and 1. 5 and 4, 3 and 2. A, B, C, D through 99. Isn't that ironic? How do we get A, B, C, D? I just want to see if there's any commentary over here. So let me move my phone over. I'm doing this a little bit slower tonight. I don't want to lead you off in 25 paths. I probably already did. I'm just trying to elaborate and show you that there's more inside a number, that every single number is a word. Every single word has letters in it. Every single letter was connected by connecting dots in order to get the shape of the letter. Although you'll have a name and the letters can be turned into sounds, you also have numeric values. Numeric values that were created into the system that I've learnt. I didn't teach and create them myself. I learnt from what they taught me. I learned that A1. I learned that B2. I also learned that if I put A1 on the cube, I can also find the A in the 5 position. Starts to get confusing. But I like to do A, invert the cube to 6. 1 over to 6. I'm going to start the A over here. So when I start the A 6, I end up with Z31. And what's ironic is I end up from 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. I also end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I end up with 5 above 31 and then 5 below 6. So when I show you this, what it means is I'm using now 360 degrees or 36. 12, 12, and 12. And in roulette, you can bet 12. 3 equal sets of 12. Not 9. There is no 9. The only way to bet 9 in roulette is to put down 2 chips, one overlapping on 3 and 3. Rules and regulations in games. Used in the alphabet, math, numerology science, which includes the zodiac, which includes astrology. Where the constellations are, the names of the constellations, their positions, the planets, the time it takes for them to rotate on their own axis, and if it does, go around the sun. The comparison planet together, understanding that if we have 9 numbers, or should we go 10? 2 hands. Do we put our 2 thumbs together and say we have 9? Because we only have 9 on the face. But this is 10, telling me that my 3rd finger will now have 2 and 2, or 1, 2, 2, and 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 2. That if I should use all 10, I can say this is the 3rd and this is the 8th. I can say this is the 2nd. I can say it's the 9th. And I can say it's a 7, 2, 7, 9. Both of these are 2, 7, and 9. Or how about 2, 4, 7, 9? So here is 2, 4, 7, 9. Finger 2, 4, 7, and 9 equaling to 22. This finger will equal to 1. It will equal to the 6th. It will equal to the 1st, the 6th, the 5th, and the 10th. And that equals to 22. So when we count out our fingers, they equal to 22. Except for these, of course. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. This one only equals to 11. And isn't that ironic? So do these. Same thing. And the 8 and the 3 are here and here. The 1 and the 6. Which will create H-I-N-Z, Heinz. The 6, also noted, will equal to 52, and the same numeric value for Earth. And it's going to create the mirror gate by 5 times 2 equals to 10. 5 plus 2 equals to 7. The total is 17. So I'm starting to expand the story right now. And it's a real story because that's what the math says. 17 is the letter Q. The reverse of the letter Q is 10J. And should I just say it's too much a coincidence that the Q is the total of both what is the 10th and the 7th letter, which is the J, which is the 10th letter, and the G, which is the seventh letter. And what's ironic about that, okay, is when you minus it to that point, it creates a C3, God, Jesus Christ, Creator, the mirror world. To note also that the French, if I want to say G in French, what would you think I'm saying? The 10th letter or the 7th letter? When I say G in French, that's the 7th letter. Sorry, when I say G in French, that's the 10th letter. They exchange in French the G for the J for the G. It's just funny. The same way in French, there's an exchange between the E, okay, being the 5th letter, and the I, being the 9th letter. They say E for an I, and they say E for an E. So the 5 and 9 is our birth into the E world, and ironically enough, so do these. So how many anomalies can I run into where everything is matching planets and stars and times and positions and card games, 1.5 times getting blackjack, where ace is 11. The 11th letter is a K. I know we have the K9. I know we have 911. I know 1 and 9 is 19S, connects the two worlds between 911. I know that if you say brother or father or mother, they all end in THER. THER is 51. THE, okay, is 33. Telling you about your rotation of 69. Your 69 rotation is your first base rotation. It's your first base rotation in which your first strand of numbers, okay, your first strand of numbers are the first 21 numbers. That's your first strand of numbers, like a shoelace. If I had two ends the same on this, see, they're not the same. So I'm going to call this 1, call this 9. If they were the same, I'm going to call it 21. T minus counting, you're starting at 21, starting to count down. I'm not counting up, I'm counting down. 21 this way, and 42 is the split of the gateway. I had an equation for that before 21 and 42. Well, I'm going to go the 42nd, right? 42nd. When you get to 41st, 42nd, 43rd, you're going to get to 31st, 32nd, and then you're going to go to 33rd. 33rd, right? 33rd. And then you're going to go to 41st, 42nd. Well, I did that already. And then you're going to go to 43rd. After that, we're going to go to 51st. And then we're going to go to 52nd. And then we're going to go to 53rd. The thing about this is when we get to 51 and it's first, we're talking about Mars in the E world, the one spirit. Between 1 and 5 is 234 or 432. That's our vibration, not by my saying. In here, it's telling me the same story. When you look at the 5 and the 1, that's the maximum you can get. Because on the other side is 6 and 2. You only can go a maximum of 5 the distance. 1 through 5 equals to 15. 2 through 6 equals to 20. Remember the year 2015 is 5775. In 5,775 years, there were 75,075. I believe time ended over here in the Hebrew time of 5775. The electric moon. Time ended. According to this. Also, according to this piece of art, we're born under a twin sun. We're born under the twin sun. Let me take a look and see if I'm keeping up with this over here. My phone is a little bit behind. I wish it wasn't. Let me see this. Yeah, okay. Hold on a second. I'm a little off on my page here. Okay, that's it. I'm just trying to look if I can see this over here. Because my thing is backwards. It's not fun to look at. Maybe I should turn it around. Yeah, I'm just going to back it up and turn it around and put it down and explain to you why we're born under the mirror sun. Just give me a second. I don't even know where it is already. Just give me 1 second. Where did I write that? Yeah, we spoke about this over here. These are our vowels. Your first vowels, 9, 15, 17, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have a total of 18 talking about our vowels. When we add an O, we add in 6 equals to 24. The total in vowels, A, E, I, O, and U, okay, equals to a total of, where I'm just trying to see where I did this piece up here. Just hold on a second. I don't like that my book is not sitting properly. Okay. I lost something on the page here, so let me pick up the book for a second. Yeah, I think as I turned over the book, right? Here's the minus. And when you see it, it says sun. And basically it says, I am the sun, I am the sun. When you look, it's over here in this position. That position is the 225 position. I like to say that's the 225 years it took before anything was created. It's half of 45, and 45 is the face of this cube. Add 1 through 9, it equals to 45. 4 times 5, 4 plus 5, it's the IT system in the sun, or number 29, 2 times 9 instead of 2 times 9 is 18 instead of 3 times 6. When we add on 5775, the completion of 6,000 years. When you come to this position over here in this, if we're going to mirror it, what happens over here, right? That's the 225 position. You have to count here, and then you have to count here. You have to count the whole position. So it looks like that, like a tie, right? You're counting as a tie. This is the core position. You need both sides. And both sides equal to 9 to the one side and 9 to the other. So if the position is 225, if the position is 225, 225 minus the 9 is, let's call it 2160. 225 plus the 9 is 234. 234, 432 vibration to the 2160 diameter of the moon. The difference between here and here is 684, 864. This is just missing one little teeny little part, okay? And you have 342, which is half, and 864 is the distance or diameter to the sun, or distance to the sun, 864. And if you put a bunch of zeros, it could be seconds in a day, or the diameter of the sun, 864, which is 432, that vibration. So possibly we can even be living in some sort of sun system, correct? The difference between here and here with this numeric value here is 666. So that might just be some coincidence like every other coincidence. Right? Some just coincidence like every other coincidence. Did we get this up here? Right? I don't know if I should put this here, or just give me a second. I wanted to move a few things around. Hold on. Let's see if I can just do this here. Okay, so let me see where else we are on with this. So what I was doing over here, I was trying to show you, and I don't have my colored pencil with me right now. I was just trying to show you that I need to use 21st. I need to use, sorry, not 25. I need to use ND, ST, and then RD. This should say RD, right? And then over here, STNDRD, but when we get to the next one, okay, which is going to be 61st, 62nd, and 63rd, okay, this is going to be the last one right over here. This is what's going to create your 18 and 9 equaling to 27. This is going to be the heart of the cube. This word is going to say bet, the 7 inside the gateway. It's at an exactitude. It's right over here. 7 void to 2 dot. Living with the alpha, the headless horseman, inside the 7th gate, unlike this one over here, split up, 3, 3, and 3. So this was created here. So it'll be, what is first is 63rd. You're going to have 3rd. You're going to have 23rd, 33rd, 43rd, 53rd, and 63rd. This will be the 6th one. This will be the inverted one, the half-life, the 6th area. You'll have 63. You'll have 63, right? Is it opposite of 3 for 3rd? You will have 53. Sorry, not 50. Yeah, you'll have 53. Is it opposite of 23? You're going to have 43. Is it opposite of 33? Well, we're going to look on the cube and take a look that 4 is the opposite of 3. So here we have 4, here we have 3. Here's 5 and 2. Here we have 2, and here we have 5. So far, so good. Now look at this over here. Here we have 1, and here we have 0, 3. How do we handle this situation? Is this off the board? How do we handle this situation? I do not know. I'm not sure what to do. I can do a lot of things. What I can do, okay, is if I want to bring this to the 1 position, I'm going to add 17 to this. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 plus 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. If I want to make this equal, I'm going to add 4 and 7 and create this equality. Can I do this? I don't know. Can I do this? Should life just be running out of this area over here? 8, 7, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 8 inside the world. I don't know. I'm just trying to show you the situation, because what happens next, right, is that 73, 83, and 93 are not like any of these others. Inside of 73, okay, it's going to be noted to be a number called 13. You're going to add a 13 to it. Instead of saying 73 in French, you're going to say 60, okay, and 13. When you say 83, you're going to say 4 times 20 plus 3. When you say 93, right, this is monkey. I don't know a word for this except for Nibiru, creation at the gateway. This one over here, 3 by 31, it's also noted to be Saturn. When I say this one over here, I'm going to say 4 times 20 plus 13. So they're not going to be the same as the others. The only one that will fit its way into it is this one here for 83rd, because you do say the 3 in here. You do not say the 3 in these two. And ironic that the 7th number on your telephone and your 9th number, the letter has been removed. The letter Q17 and Z26 has been removed and put onto the 1 key, right? Has been put onto the 1 key. Now, although this one is called 1, right, it's in the 5th position, which leads me to think, I'm going to get back to this in a second, which leads me to think that this position over here can be 9, 9, 9, 9, right? This position over here will be 1. This will be 1. This will be 7, 7, 7, 7. This position will be 1. This position over here will be 3. This position will be 3. This position over here will be 1. This position over here will be 1, 1, 3, 3. So you're going to end up seeing this. You're going to see these 4 numbers come here. These 4 numbers come here. These 4 numbers come here. And these 4 numbers come here. Now, if I want to put a number over here, the number here will be 22. This 22, okay, is going to be 17 to 1. If you put a chip over here connecting these 2 areas, it'll pay 17 to 1. It'll pay you Q for 2. Q for 2 numbers. If you put a chip over here, right? If you put a chip over here on number 3, 3, 3, and 3, you're going to end up getting 8 to 1 odds. But if you put a chip in the 5th position, it'll give you 35 to 1. The heart of the cube, the heart of this cube is 3.5. So when it lands on a cube, you're talking, right? Are we talking all this for the center of the cube? I don't know, but I do know the heart of this cube, possibly the 27th area or the first area of 27 areas. So it's first or it's 5th, and it's 35 to 1. 3 and 5, 8. 8 to 1. 1 and 7, 8. If I want to get 9 numbers, I must put 2 chips, 1 here and 1 here, to get the 9 numbers. So I must risk 2 for 9. 2 for 9, right? Number 24 is the cat for the 9 lives that I risk, my communication, my connection between the 9. The IT system, the electronic system. And remember, when we're talking about number 7 and number 9, right? It's the 9 birth enters into the 7th gate to live into the heavens, which is 55 of 8, which equals to 49. 14 and 5 is 19, and 22 is 41, 42, 47, and 8 is 55. Sky is also 55, and pass is also 55. But look what's inside of it. 39, the angel. Why is this the angel 39? The numeric value for angel sky is over here, 39. Put it with the P, which is the 16th letter, reverses the K into the doghouse, the K9. If you did the K 11 times 9, it would equal to 99, plus it would equal to 20, equals to 119, the K9, bringing 2 systems together, the doghouse. 26 and 68, 85, silver matrix. I wanted to talk earlier. I'm not sure if there's any comments. I want to see right now if there's any comments. How can I see if there's any comments somewhere? Welcome to our community. Learn more. Oh boy, there's a whole bunch that I missed. I don't know how I missed them. Let me see if I can turn this sideways. Why won't it let me turn the video side? Just give me a second. I'm trying to see why I can't open this up. You can still see me here. I'm just going to turn this around for a second. I know you don't like the light in the corner. Maybe I can turn the light off, right? Can I turn on another light in here? I don't know. Maybe I can turn the light out. Can I turn the light out?
do that? Which is this one? This one? Here.
What if we just stuffed it? Put one of these on it. Does that help a little bit? That didn't do too much, eh? Can't put a hat on it. So just give me a second. Yeah, I just wanted to check something here. Don't be too shy. If you want to help out the channel, I have an app for Buy Me a Coffee. I'm just trying to see if I can just close all this and open this. Just give me a second. No, it keeps sending. I want to try and get on the same as what you're on. Well, maybe I can sign out. What if I sign out? Yeah, I'm going to sign out. Help. Hold on a second. I want to sign out of my app. Maybe that'll help me. How do I sign out? Oh my God, I can't sign out. What about here? So I see myself, whoop. Yes, the gematria calculator expands. Yes, the gematria calculator expands. There's also another one. I'm not sure if that's the one you're talking about, but it doesn't only expand it. You can also look for words in your history and words that other people did. We have to categorize these numbers so we can see what's going on. Just let me turn around the camera or see where I'm at right now. For those who have never been here before, just going to show you something. I'm not sure what, let me turn this around for a second. (492). This is Saturn square. 492 357 816. So you know what they did, right? What they did is they shifted. The 7 was over here, right? So I go from here to here, over to here, and into the 7. Right? Now the 2 was over here. So we're going to draw a straight line here. The 9, okay, was down over here. So I'm going to draw a line like that, down here, and over here. The 6 was up here, so I draw a line like that. I should draw it nicer than this. The 1 belongs up here, so I draw a line like this. I go up beside the 5 and back into the 1. The 3 belongs here, so I go up here, along the side, and up through the 2. We did the 7. The 8 belongs here, so I draw a straight line over here. The 4 belongs down here, so I do a straight line down here. If you notice, you see all the A that shows up, all the A that shows up. So where I'm replacing the number, this one will end up to be 15. When I move back the number, I'm just going to show you this. I'm going to see if I can show you this. So when I move back positions, when I move my 4 back into its position, I'm going to total this at 7 because the 3 is it's in its position. When I move the 3 back to this position, it's going to total to 5. When I move the 2 back to the 9th position, it's going to total 11. When I move the 9 back into this position here, the total will be 15. I don't know what the answer is to this, right? When I take the 7, I move it back into this position over here. That's going to be 15. When I take the, what did I miss? This 1 position, I take the 1 into this 1 position. It's going to equal to 5. The 5 remains in the same position. Now I need to put the 6 back into this position over here. I need to put the 6 back here. It'll equal to 13. And then I need to put the 8 back into this position. It'll equal to 9. So what do we end up with? We end up with 16 and 5 is 21, 12, 25, 39, 25. So did I get that whole thing right? The 21, okay, so the total here would be 39, 49, 59, 64, 74, 84, 85. I'm just trying to see what it does. This one and this one will create 18. This one and this one will create 12. This one and this one will create 28. This one and this one will create 25. These two will create 14. These two will create 16. The reason I did this, okay, is because of, let me show you the base creation. I think it's over here, right? 70, 74, 78, 222. 90, 74, 58, 222. 62, 74, 86, 222. 90, 74, 58. We did this, so we did this. We did this. 6, 10, 12. This one is 222. So every angle of crossing is always going to equal 222. Where do these numbers come from? This is based on A, B, C, D. Okay, and I'm not complete. I'm just doing primary right now. What does it mean, A, B, C, D? I'm going to see if I can lean back. A, B, C, D. A1, B2, C3. I can get and replace this for A1, 34 or 38. I can replace 2 with 58 or 85. Funny the way they just go back to the same. I can replace 3 with 56 or 80. So what did I do? What logic did I use? If I'm first, I am gold. If I am second, I am silver. And if I am third, I am bronze. The numeric value for 1 equals 34. The numeric value for 2 equals 58. The numeric value for 3 equals 56. Each one of these numbers I told you on this dice cube will tell an alternative story. With number 1, it shows me 4 is the opposite of 3. It is 0.5, or the E world, or the torus, separated from the core of this cube over here. Why do I say the torus? Because it's set, we have to rethink that thought, why I said the torus. It's 0.5 away from each side. It's actually 1 away. It shouldn't be torus, it should be alpha in the E world. Alpha in the E world, and there is no 2 separation, right? There's a 1 separation between 3 and 4, and then 2 and 5 is a 3 separation. And then between 1 and 6 is a 5 separation. A, C, E. 1, 3, and 5, A, C, E. I'm just trying to think of what it was with 3 and 4. It's 3 and 4. They're all going to equal to 7. There was a reason. There was something inside of that. Yes, this is the only true 7. And when you show off the dice, like that, you can look right through it, right? You can see that This is a 5. It's a 4. The closer you look, it's a 5. And then when you look at the 3, the closer you look, it's a 5. And when you show off the 1, the closer you look, it's a 7. But look at all the other ones that are reflecting within it, the different dimensions of light. How many do you see? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right? You can see all the other ones. You see the way they're beveled? You can see them caving into the center. Just give me a second. I'm a little chilly. I've been calm because, you know what, I'm not sure what I have planned. I don't want to scare anybody away. It's a slow roll for the last 20 years. I just want to put a shout out, and I don't know if it's in here yet. Did I put this down? Yeah, I'm just going to put that up here. If you'd like to help support the channel, that would be utterly fantastic. Been a long ride for the last 20 years, and we're not done. We're not done. What am I going to accomplish with this? Well, like the many that have come before me, looking to find out where the good Lord is, you don't have to look any further than the mirror, because nobody's coming here, right, and deciding to make choices for you, like the good choices for you. No one's coming here to bring you luck. It's in the system. You make your luck by choosing correctly, by being wise. But we've got to a point where we've made so many signatures before us. We've signed our children's, okay? We've signed the power that our fathers had. We keep signing it away every time we make a signature. Every time we make the glyph, every time we make a scratch. Let me write that down. See what I get with scratch. SCR equals to 3740 ATCH. Can have hatch with scratch, right? TCH would have. So we're teaching. We're in the AC world. I think it's alternate current. 8, 11, and 21 equals to 32. 8, 11. 21, 31, 32, so it's 72 in scratch, 72 in the house. On the low side, right, on the low side, we have the 5 ball. On the high side, we have the 13 ball. So if you notice that the 5 ball and the 13 ball are both orange. Now you need the yellow ball, right, which is the 1 and the 9, and you need the red ball, which is the 3 and the 11. So your alternate current, right, your alternate current brings you in your 9, 11. The 1 and the 3, 3 years go by in a leap year, or 1 leap year to 3 years. 13 plus 31 plus 13 equals to 57. 31 plus 13 plus 31 equals to 75. 57, 75. That is 77 times 75 is 57, 75. The power of Christ, electric moon, in rotation of what is the Saturn angel, 13, in the house of Bait. Number 2 equals to a total of 58. 5 and 8 is 13. but that is only a simple count. As 58, it will equal to 40 and 13 equaling to 53. The word 2 is split up between 35 and 23, equaling to 58. And the reason for that is there's odd and even numbers, there's red and black numbers in the game. In the word 2, you're going to have the two initials for the word in woman, W and O, equaling to 38. That combination is going to tell me about gold. It's going to tell me about ape. So we had a transition from ape. Ape is numeric value 22. Monkey is number 83. Right over here. When you play blackjack, where ace 11 is creation, that's 21. But at 22, you bust. And when do you bust? What is the calling card for a bust? It's the monkey. Monkey, monkey, monkey. And when you bust, you will bust between 22 ape and 26 the dog. 26 the game. Why won't I bust with anything else? Because outside the metrics of the game, rules, regulation, logic, percentages of the cube, what happens is that when you get down to 16, right, you're going to be showing this. There is no alpha within it when you get to 16. When you get to 17, when you get to the next, when you get to this, right, A plus 14 equals to 15. When you get to this, you get 2 plus 14 equals to 16. When you have this, right, you have 3 plus 14 equals to 17. You stand on your creation. This is for third, not first, not second, third. First, S-T, second, N-D, stand. When you get to C, third, it's standard. When you go to find your deck of playing cards, it's going to say standard deck of playing cards. You might be playing with the B card with number 92 on it. You might be playing with the bicycle cards where the tombstone says Bob or 808, which is two hearts on top of each other will create a diamond in the center, look like 808. Can it be the bicycle cards? 88. Did you know that 1440 minutes in a day, if you looked at the clock at the same numbers, that would be 880 minutes. Why would it say that on the clock at 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is 1440 minutes? One of the things is that if I'm calculating time, and of course I'm all over the place because this is note and dictation. I'm not only sharing my anomalies with you, but I want to learn at the same time as I'm learning at the same time certain things I don't have answers for, but what I can show you is how to fill gaps to understand the balance of everything. The Libra, which happens in the 7th month. Sorry, the Libra, okay, the Libra and the horse, okay, are the 7th zodiac. So we're going to have to look into the sky. We're also going to have to understand Andromeda or Andromeda and Pegasus being the horse in the sky. NGC 7280. I think it's NGC, is it 7286 or 5139? I don't remember which it was. We have to look at NGC 7286. So now I'm getting off where I was. We had the 7th zodiac sign. Just one second. I had ape, I had dog, yes. So what happens in blackjack is that in the odds of the cards, right, working up to what the 10 card is, okay, and 1 through 10, okay, equals to a total of 55. So when you divide it, the average card is 5.5. So when you get to 16, right, and the average card is 5.5, your chances of busting on more than half the cards, but regarded that there are the 10, the jack, the queen, and the king are all valued at 10. So we're going to remove those cards. So now we're going to count 1 through 9 equals to only 45. If I count to 10, I have to understand that there's 4 cards in the 10 region. So it changes the whole outlook of the game. In blackjack, if we start from the highest card down, not counting the ace, we have 10, 20, 30, 40 from 4 cards. When we count the rest of the 9 cards, we equal to 45. The total is 85. That's the matrix we're in. 40 plus 45 equals to 85. Now we count the ace as 11, 40 and 45. Let me do that again. 1 through 9 equals to 45. And then 10 times 4 equals to 40. Now let me just fix something up, okay? It equals to 85. But if I change that ace to be equal to 11, I will just add 10 more on the difference, and that will equal to 95. I'm trying to remember there was one that equals to, yes, if I was playing the game of poker and I took the ace off from the beginning and I put it to the last card, it would equal to either counting both 105, the hand of God, or if I counted only in the last position, the ace, okay, and not in the first position, it'll be 104, JD, the mirror world, and we have communication. The reverse of this cube is 10-4. And we have 10-4. Like I said, our rotation is 3 and 1, or 31, 13, 31 for electric moon. And the cycles of 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, that when we do fall onto the 1, we end up with the 29th day in February. When we do fall into the 1, into that day of February, April 1st, which was once the 91st day, is now the 92nd day. And September 29th is now the 273rd day. Creation in the house of 8 divided by the 7th gate in the 10 world. Where do I get this? 2 and 7, bet. The 7 is the void in the 2nd house. Then we get 2 and 3, which is BC. B and C works between both worlds of ABC and BCD, created from the 10 world, which is ABCD. After the death, before the Christ, when we come into the world where we teach. Come here. Hey, buddy. How you doing, buddy, eh? Here he is, just here. How you doing, buddy, eh? You doing good? Yeah? You know, this is a poodle. If I said shepherd, you know, a German shepherd, you would know. If I said shepherd, you might think of Moses, right? Right? But there's some dogs you have to say dog, like sheep. You can't just say sheep, you're going to say sheep dog, right? You're not a sheepdog, are you okay? You my soul? Hey, you're my soul, eh? You're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Eh? Is it your fault? My fault? No one's fault? Where's your buddy? Whoop, there goes my phone. Every time I drop my phone, I'm just hoping I don't break the glass, you know? Wow, something just happened over here. Well, yes, so, oh, I don't know what's here. I'm not at home. This is just the room I'm in. So it's pretty funny. I think I've been here for 130 minutes. It's 23:28 at night. Yeah, so the last thing we were working on, right, was where the yellow ball
and the red ball create the orange ball, which is the 13 ball and the 5 ball. The M and the E for me equaling to 18. The 18th letter so it becomes like this. These are the letters it creates over here. And these are the values of the numbers. And the MER equals to ocean, REM equals to sleep, matter and energy makeup of who we are. I don't like this, that this whole thing is turned around. So we did a lot of things. So in blackjack, what happens, when they're always calling for the monkey. And this cube, like I said, is where the monkey resides. 7, 11. 3 and 4, 7, 1 and 6, 7. But when they show up like this, they tell an alternative story. 3 and 6, 9 to what is 6 and 3, 9. How do I get that? The 3 areas in the center. The 3 and 3 areas that are missing. I'll have 6, 3 here and 3, 6 here. To what is 4 and 1. The king is 1 and 4 after the death. And these can come together and create a 5. If I put these two together, I create a 7. So we have to overlap and see what our results are, to see what it's telling in a hidden way through these cubes. Again, and when we call for the monkey in blackjack, why I continue on when we're calling for the monkey is because whether you get the monkey at 12, that's when we start calling for it, all the way up to 16, we still want that monkey. So the highest of the somebody going over, right? Because we're pulling cards. The question is, we're pulling cards, but we're pulling 2 types of cards. We're pulling a card out of the deck, right, to take it into our hands. And then we set up a pool. In our hand is a little pool of 3 cards, and we don't want to go over 21. So between 12 and 16, whether it's the dealer or whether it's us, monkeys are always equal to 10. And when you go over, 22 is where it all calculates to. Once you get to 22, you're over. It doesn't matter if it's 23, 24, 25, 26. 22 is over. You say over, that means you have more than 21. That means you have 22 and above. And the most you're going to have is 26. Because 90% of the people are 99% of the people. And the odds in the game, the odds to the cards, is stand on 17. Now, the logic of pulling and starting to count cards is starting to change the dimension of the game. But our creation was based on the absolute. And there was only a certain time, and you had to count it because you were counting your creation. That's why you can reenact it all. I'm getting a little tired. It's 11:30. I know there's 7 people here. I'm going to try and stick with this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a 2 or 3 minute break, let's say 4 minutes. I'm going to come back in about 4 minutes. If you have any questions for me, you can see I have, I'm going to pin that message up there, right over there. If you'd like to help out the channel, that would be utterly fantastic. Right now, I'm just going to go up, get something, and come on back down and spend another few minutes talking. If you have some questions, ask me. There's a ton of stuff I know I haven't done for the last 2 weeks. Anyways, let me go. No excuses.
Okay, I didn't get very much, but I'm a little hungry still. Not very big, it's like 7 chips in here. If you have any questions, please ask. This is not for me alone. How you doing, Ozzy? Let me have eating chips. This is not what I should be eating. Let me see what I have here. Yesterday we went over this, right? See that singular area over here? If you notice 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 16. This one and this one are not the same. You can look at this as 90. You can look at this as a G. You can understand this to where the J comes out here. Is it possible you have a dot on your J because of the difference between this and this? They're not the same. And altogether, if you take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not the same. I like to call this coming out of the sun. See what happens when you put these two systems together? This over here is the Monopoly game. This area here is what I like to call the Sweet 16. This is the trains. Okay, this is another set of trains. This is another set of trains. It's another set of trains. This area here, like the dartboard, can be evaluated at 25, while the evaluation in the center here would be evaluated at 50. Even though it's 50, it goes to 4 different areas. What is that going to equal to? Right? Each one is 16. So this is the train area because the train owns both sides of the track. Here is where the corner is, over here. So we can count this corner of life, this corner of life, this corner of life, this corner of life. Here's the properties and the corner. So this is going to be a 3 by 3, 3 by 3, 3 by 3, 3 by 3. If I want to use the whole area, it'll be 5 by 5 area. Hertz numeric value 25, 52, 25, 50, 75, 100. Included in this, going around this way, if you follow this all the way around, there's going to be 48 squares. On row number 2, there's going to be 40 squares. 40 plus 48 equals 88. That is the rim of the Monopoly. 88 on the outside, 80 plus 1 on the inside. Possibly the reason why in French they say 421. They say 80 and 81, almost like saying 421, equaling to 84. So this is the Monopoly board. When you start on go, I'm just trying to see, when you start on go, your first property is right here, but you have 2 dice, and if you get the minimum, you end up here. If you get another minimum, you end up here, and if you get 6, 2, 2, and 2, you end up in jail on the first rolls of the game. I'm trying to see where I'm going to go with this next, so just give me a second. Right, I'm going to put this down, reverse the camera. Okay, just let me see if I can tilt this right in front of it. Right, I'm going to grab another chip, if you don't mind. I'm getting a little hungry. One more chip.
So we were talking about this. Before anything gets mirrored, we're going to have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 3. $14 and 1. When we go to 2, we have 2, 4, 1, 3, and 6. And we have 16. These two are my standard, my gold and my silver. Or stand, sorry, this is where I stand, but my standard is 17, and that'll be this. That'll be my standard. We don't know which way this 3 goes, but we know when we have 3 up, we're working with H. This is where H comes in. This is where your 17 comes in. Now it stops. Now we have to go 180 degrees. Remember, we go 90 degrees on every turn? When we come from 4 to 3, we have to go 180 degrees to the turn, right? From 3 all the way to 4. Now, when we go to 4, it becomes 4 and 14 equals to 18. The 414 exchange of light. This is into the sun. 17 and 18, right? Q, you want the QR code? It is that gateway, and it's the alpha gate, the mirror, 10 and 7. The 17 will be your Mars. 3 by 17 equals to 51 Mars. Then 3 by 18 equals 54. And that is going to be the sun. The reverse of the sun, right, has a 27 letter count. H, F, M. Could it be FM? I know when these two come together, right, there's going to be a split between 8 and 6. H, 19 and 8, and 21 and 6. The 8 and the 6 are divided by the 7th gate. The S in gematria is 6, and the U in gematria is 6, and it's also divided by the 7th gate, telling me the same story. This one over here is separated by the orange ball and pull, 13.5, equaling to what is matter and energy. So we can see in this value how the sun is split. The numeric value of 27 is red. It fits with the sun. We have one red sun split by the 7th gate, connecting to what is 17 Mars. The total is 35. When you have 35, you have the center of the cube, so we can see right away by the moon and the cube that the gateway, the sun gate, has been split. If we have a personal relationship, if we, as I am, have a P, personal relationship with the Creator, can someone tell me how it is possible? Can someone tell me what the possibility was? What happened on the day of rest? What did it mean, the day of rest? Why do we pray? The cat, the actor, the goal within the communication within your own mind that has been bestowed onto you coming into this world. When I say the word righteous, what it means is to act in the right manner. But if you don't know what the right manner is, what altered you from knowing. Are we delinquent beings? Over time, okay, we have been taught what was right and wrong. We have been poorly schooled into this world. And we have been poorly schooled, and there's angry people out there, and you can see it all the time. But we're in this world. Half the people that are in this world are just participants. I don't want to get any deeper into that. I believe that when they said day of rest, the R in rest into the E world, the number of man 666, which is the 18th letter, R. When we come into the E world of spirit time, EST, the seventh day of rest is what connects that one spirit, that one connection to the central consciousness, passage of the seventh gate, where the creation and the continuation of creation is through our lives, through our choices. So if we should be praying, we should go into the mirror and ask ourselves all those questions. What did I do right today? What did I do wrong today? Right? Because we have been lost. We are lost. We are lost souls. We're lost. We're not following the basic rules of nature. Are we, who are we? I mean, I don't know the right questions to ask, but regardless of the fact, I can see hands-on through the stories I'm telling you that we have been created, and our connection is through the air we breathe. We are all individually responsible for our own lives. When we go out and we create an action, when we speak. So the God has put us into the world and take us out of the world, into the world and out of this world. We are that alternative God. We came here and we choose on our own free will. So I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. So let me reverse this camera, take a few more chips, get back into the numbers. Just give me a second over here. I'm having a few more chips. I'll be with you in just 1 minute. So we can see that when we bring this red ball into the game, the total of the red is 14. It's the same numeric value of going around this cube. So let's continue on. We went to 4. Now, if we have the 5 up, we're going to have 5 and 14 equals to 19. This over here, the 19 is going to bring 2 systems together. It's going to bring the AI system together, or the system of 9/11. I'm going to see it if I have it in the other book. So I'm just going to show you it again. I've showed it many times. Here's the 9/11 system. House of the Beast. And it all starts off like this. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the A level. Now I'm going to add in the B level. And the B level, whoop, I shouldn't have done it there. I don't have my eraser, right? The B level is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is B, and now C. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Now we're going to bring in D. We're going to go 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. When I total up this box here, right? When I total up A, B, C, D, this box here, 10, 19, 28, and 1, it equals to 58. If I total up the section over here, 2, 11, 20, and 29, it equals 62. The 2 section, 62. If I add up the third section, 3, 12, 21, and 30, it's going to equal to 66. If I add up the fourth section, 13, 22, and 31, it equals to 70. The fifth section equals to 74. 5, 14, 23, and 32, the same numeric value for energy and Jesus. If I add up this section, 6 plus 15 is 21 and 24 is 45, plus 30, 15, 24, 33, and 6 is 78. I'm going to put 78 over here. 74 goes over here. If I add up this section over here, the seventh section, 7, 16, 25, and 34 is going to equal to 82. So I'm going to mark down 82. When I add up the eighth section, 8, 17, 26, and 35, 8, 8, 8, 8, right? And it doesn't finish there because pick any of these numbers, 2 and 6 or 3 and 5, they're going to revert, okay? Like if I choose 26, 51 is going to invert to it. If I pick 35, right, 42 is going to invert to it. 8 inverts, or the lower side is going to be 6. The odds on this is place 6 and get 7 for a total of 13. So what we're going to do next is, this is the 8th section over here, and the total was 86. So we're going to go ahead and I don't know if I did that. Did I do that right? Did I do that right? This is where 6, just give me a second. I want to see if I did this right. This is where 4, this is, okay, the 9 section, 9, 18, 27, 36 is 90. So let me see if I did this right. The 4th section here, the 6th section is supposed to go here, right? The 6th section is supposed to go over here. So this one over here is supposed to be 78. This one over here, right, is supposed to be 86. This is the 8th position where this is, and this is 90. So why did I do this?
in Saturn square, if you ever look up Saturn square, right? Can I just move this down a little bit? Well, in Saturn square, okay, the numbers are lined up in Saturn square as this one over here. We're going to look at it over here. It's going to be lined up as, if I got this right, 4, 3, 9, 2, 5, 7, 8, 1, 6. So the fourth box, okay, goes here. There's the fourth box, and this would be Saturn square. So when we add these up, right, when I add this row up, it's 222. 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 And when I add this row up, it's 222. So I have my complete star, 222, 90, 70, 61, 60, 222. This row over here, 8 and 8 is 16, 22, 222. When I add up, did I do the whole thing? When I add up this angle here, it's all 222. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 by 222 equaling to 1776. So we can see what's going on. So what we're going to do in the star system is the multiplication and addition is going to create a star. It's going to create the 8-point octagon. And within that octagon, right, the reason I did this is because this is 9/11. Connecting like this is 9/11. I'm going to show you in another picture why I did this. What happens is this is 3 and 6, and this is 4 and 7, equaling to 9/11, right? So what we're going to get out of this is that you see this, we're going to do this. See that? We're going to do that. So I use 3 lines out of here. Here's 8 lines, here's 3, right? No, sorry, here's 4 lines, and here's 3 lines. This one's going to equal to 8. This one's going to equal to 6. This is our base creation, 3 times 21, 4 times 21. The next one is going to be this. You see this line goes this way, this goes this way. The same way, I don't even know where my cubes are anymore. The same way when we look at this, we see it going this way with the 5 or 2 on top, right? You can see it going that way. You can see it going the same way right over here, right? The 5 or the 2 on top. So you can see that one, but we want it to go the other way, right? We want it to go the other way, right? It's going the other way. We're going to have the 1 and 6 on top. So when it's going this way, this one over here, this is 1 and 6 to create this. We want this one over here, right? It's going to show you 5 and 2 to create this one, right? 1 and 6 and 5 and 2. When we get to the next one, what we're going to do is we're going to show you this one with this line across, and then we're going to show you this one coming down this way. When we do that, I like to look at it like this. You see that straight line over here? That straight line coming down? See that? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the dot in the center. This is my eye creation. I like to look at this as my eye. This is my eye position hourglass. When I'm in my eye position hourglass, it's going to be my 3 and my 4, 7 creation, Earth and Mars. When it's going to be in my H creation, noted to be, this will be 9, this will be a value of 8. When we do this one over here, we're going to turn it this way, and you can see the something is a little off on this. Something doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem right. I don't know why. I've never seen this before. Something is off on these two dice. I've never seen this where this didn't match up. So this is an anomaly for me because the 2 and 3 shouldn't be doing this. I need help. I've never seen that before because we're supposed to, you see, this is the base skeleton of things. This is the base skeleton of things, right? Now these cubes somehow are off. This should not be doing this. 2 and 5 shows me my 6. Now 3 and 4 are showing me my 6. Where 5 and 2, I've never seen this before. I need to see other dice. One of these dice is very unprofessional. And I'm going to just go on my phone for 1 second. I'm going to take a 2-second break, go on my phone, right, and see why it's like that. You see, I got the 3 there. That's fine, right? And I got the 3 here. So that's fine. And that's fine. So did I do this myself? So when I come to the 6, look at that. That's not fine. I've never seen that before. Let me just take a look and look at the professional dice. Wow, I've never seen that before. Professional dice cubes. Just give me a second. Let me look at the images. So I don't have anything that's showing me 2 professional dice cubes. I really don't. Let me see if I can find it. So I'm not finding. I'm just looking right now. One with 4 up. Anyways, I can't find it right here, but somehow these are not right. These are not, this is not right. I don't know which one it is. I should have remembered, right? You think it's that easy, right? I cannot have this. This is not possible. But what the reality sets in to show you that we have to try all the combinations. I have to try the 6 on both sides. I have to see what the understanding is. But just on the base side, one is the 8, one is the 9. So we also are going to know that when we have this, we have our opposite right over here. So this is going to be 6 opposite of the 1, and this will be 6 opposite of the 1. We need 2 and 8 to come together over here. We need 1 and 9 to come together over here. When the 8 shows up, we also need the 5 and 8 to show up, and the 4 and the 9 to show up. At the same time we do this, we have the 8, we need 8 and 8 to show up, and over here we need 9 and 7 to show up. Now the thing about this is where this is a passageway. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 9 and 7 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. This is the gateway to your birth into the heavens. 2 and 8 is the cycle we run, connecting the 2 systems together. We use the 8 both with the 3 and with the 1 to create 9-11, bringing the 2 systems together in the house of 8. The numeric value for man is 28, M-A-N. Note that in the word man, or how about saying the French saying, vie et nam, vie in the life of your name, in the life of the soul of the Father, the A-M versus the A-M-E. This one is total to 14. This one's total to 19. 5 and 1. Living on the constructs of Mars. Inside your name. Inside your name is Am. If you would look at Sesame Street, Sesame, A-M-E, Am in French is soul. So anyways, it's getting a little late. I don't know if I finished. If I didn't finish, I don't feel comfortable working with this my setup right now, so we're going to cut it short. If you like to help out the channel, that would really be amazing, more than amazing. Coming down to the winter time. Anyways, whatever it is, I don't like to bring that up. I never did. I'm just looking on if I had any videos that were uploaded to my other site. It says 7 people liked whatever video I was going to be doing. Some of the stuff, I mean, I don't know. I just keep going over and over until I pick up something new. Yes, I was working on a reverse of something. I just wanted to show you what that reverse was. Right, hold on a second. Part of the reverse I was working on earlier is if I have, see, 1440 is 880 minutes into the day. So what does that mean? Does it mean anything? 1440 minutes in a day. This is 14 hours and 40 minutes, which is 240. This equals to 160. This is a separation at the 7th gate. 1 and 6 equals to 7. This over here equaling to 880 equals to 7. They're both going to equal to 7. In this one over here, there's 9 hours and 20 minutes left over into the day, the IT system. In this one, okay, there's 9 hours and 20 minutes. This is left into the half day. This is what's left into the whole day. If I need to calculate what's left into the whole day, it's 21 hours, 20 minutes. 3 and 2. So I'm not really sure what I should be doing with this. This will turn out to show me 5 and 2. It's going to tell me about Earth, my birth in the house of Bait, the IT system, when 9 and 2 come together. When 9 and 2 come together, and I'm going to do this last piece with number 92. The word spirit is 91. The 91st day of the year is April 1st, the 4th month, the 1st day. The 9th month reversed, and the 30th day, 9 and 3 for angel. Creation of the birth, 9 and 3 equals to 12. B equals to 12. When we have a leap year, February has 29 days. There's a continuation of 23 months, if I get this right, where every single month will have at least 29 days. The B card says number 92. The word yellow is number 92. It brings 2 systems together of AI in the game of pool. Being that April 1st is the 92nd day, being that the 4th month, the beginning of the 4th month, is telling me that we have to go to the mirror side, or ABC, and then connect the mirror, is telling me we're into the 10 world. ABCD equals to 10. BCD, 9, ABC, 6, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 9 and 6 go in rotation to where it was ABCD, 10, increased to 15, making 1.5 times the difference, 1.5 times in your creation, 11, 11 splitting of the sun, blackjack shows up where all the picture cards become 10, and the ace can be changed into an 11. It's also the K letter, it's the half-life, it's the creation. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. It's also noted to bring in 911 or AI for the fact that the K is the 11th letter. The word 11 equals to 63 is a revelation to 9. Canine is the dog because we live in the doghouse and the dog pounds. If we're living under Jesus Christ, we live in the center of the E world, the number 5. The numeric value for Jesus is 74. The numeric value for energy is 74. The perfect, to bring the 1010 into 74, you need to have 36. 7 and 3, 6 and 4 equals to that, and that is your creation of I am, the I and R letter that plays a role in the heavens on the inside of the cube, in the heart of the cube, in the 5 position over here. When you have the 92nd day of the year, that when we have the leap year, April 1st becomes the 92nd day, although it's still the 4th month of the first day, 10-4 communication. The odds are paying 9 to 5, born into the world of, for example, example. Just have to think about that a little bit more. It becomes the 92nd day. The word spirit equals to 91. When we add up 1 to 13, or one suit, that equals to 91, bringing 2 systems together. So it tells me that because we went into the 4th month, because we went into the mirror world, because we completed 1 suit, or 25% of all the suits. 25 represents the quarter, also represents the quarter of the dollar, also represents 15. Yo. Why? Because 25% of time equals to 15. I'm just trying to see where else I am with this. 90 is 4 by 20. So 25% of 90 is 20 plus 10. The reason I'm saying this is because the French say 90 as 4 times 20 plus 10. So I know I'm going to split that 20, 20, 20, 20 4 times. I'm going to have 20. Plus I'm going to have the alpha position, the AM position. What divides up the worlds, okay, or what divides up the soul is, I can't say what divides up the soul. I'm getting a little bit tired and I'm overlapping on myself. So that 92nd day is going to tell me that because I communicate now with the child inside the womb, that this is the first part of the communication directly with the child, and the continuation, I believe, of the building of the body inside the womb, okay, is now being helped to be built from an alternative location. Either it's changing, it's vibrating different, I don't know what it's doing, but it just tells me that, the word spirit. Now, when we fall onto the September 29th, 929, it tells me it's the 273rd day, which is usually the 30th day of September. 9 and 3, Saturn. 3 and 9, angels. The 7th inning stretch, 6.5 horsepower. So when we fall on the 273rd day, 929 in a leap year, it's telling me 91 times 3 equals to that number. So I know that I have 3 parts of my spirit on the 273rd day, right? I have 3 parts of my spirit that have come intact with that birth. And that is the week you are now going to be born. 273, if you take the half week, it'll be 277, let's say October 4th. And from April 1st to where you reach to October 4th will be that full communication with the body, born on the 200 and between the 273rd and the 277th, or I think it's 207, no, on the 280th day in that week. And it's a week of communication, and I'm assuming that it would be because it's regulated to the communication between the sun and the moon, being that it's 13 by 791, 3 times equals 273, and that's where I come up with the leap year is more than what we think, and there's definitely more to talk about, as well as when you get 366 days, your connection to 5775 or 575, just give me a second, is where 6 and 6 connects to 5775. So now you're going to connect the moon, the electric moon, inside of that number. So it must be some kind of reconnect. Anyways, I'm a little bit tired, and there's more to it than just this, but I'm done. I'm fried. There's just so much to talk about. Peace and love to everybody. If you can help out the channel, that'd be lovely. Thank you for watching this video. Peace and love. Peace and love. Let me just check to see if anybody is said anything in the last 2 minutes. How do I get all the comments? Hold on a second. Okay, we're done for now. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. You can ask me right now. There's 8 of you online, and I'm here because I'm tired. I'm going to bed. It's 16 minutes after the hour, which is actually 16, right? Look at that, 16. 960 seconds, wind rotation of 33. 33 is not just nothing. It's right over here, 7 come 11. 33 is right here. The power of the Christ is sitting inside this cube, right? Oh, I like, is it pooch or porch? You know what? Usually the dogs are with me, but somehow right now they're not. So I don't see anything down here. Thank you, Art Cherry. Thank you, Rain Africa. So I'm assuming that pi is like an auger, and you can turn the auger forever, and all it's going to continue to do is bring in the information that will be pertinent to what I believe is the 3, 6, and 9. And the reason I say it is because 7 divided by any number is going to equal to 147258, and will never equal to 369. 7 divided by 4, no, sorry, any number divided by 7, 4 divided by 7 equals. So look, you're never going to see any 369 in here, right? 7, right? 5 and 7 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 5 and 1 is 6, 5 and 4 is 9. 7, right? Skip 7, skip 4, 2 is 9, 7, skip, next one is 8 is 6, and then 5 is 3. So we have to skip a number. So I'm going to take 1, skip a number, 3, 9, 6. I'm going to take 4, 6, 3. But there is no 3, 6, 9 inside this. What I do with pi, I just want to see if you're still here. Whoa. Well, there's just been a whole bunch of messages that pops up. So what I like to do with pi, just to see a part of the formation, is you do know that the beginning of pi, 3.141599265, is where 14 and 15 equal 29 equal 11. Then 92 equals 11. Then 65 equals to 11. This is what I do with pi. And I know someone's going to probably do this in the world, and it doesn't matter. Because the basic thing for me right now is we need to understand that there is a creator, there is transparency, we just don't understand it fully yet, but it's coming out there, and the end time is now, and we had to complete the game by bringing in the last of the languages possible, the English language, bringing things together. Did you know that the word English equals to the same numeric value as energy, which equals to the same numeric value, which is Jesus? Did you know that the number 47 or 74 is going to descend from the numeric value of 57 or 75? 7 times 5, 35, 7 plus 5, 12. Not only 35, the center of the cube, but 12, your base creation. 3 and 9 is that base creation, where 9 connects to 3. Connect, if you connect this area and this area on top of each other, right, like that, like this. I have my 2 arms, but my fingers, they're all tied up. So this section of 3 goes over here, this section of 3 goes over here, and here's my connection. If I put a pin down in here, they'll call it the alligator connection. And I connect one end with the other end when you're connecting straps onto a machine. So what I do with pi is pi for me sits between 3 and 4. That's where pi is. It even shows it. So it's all rotating between 3 and 4 around 3.5, even though it gives you that offset measure. But another way I do it is I multiply. If I have a 1, 4, 7, I replace it by a 3. If I have a 2, 5, 8, I replace it by a 6. And if I have a 3, 6, 9, I replace it by a 9. There's only 3 numbers in it. Otherwise, what I'll do with each one of the numbers, and in reality, you don't need to take more than 9 numbers in pi. Because what happens after the nine numbers, there is no rotation that goes there. Sorry, there is no rotation that goes further than 33. There's no rotation that goes higher than 33. And the reason for this is your base creation of alpha beta is going to be all bestowed inside of 3. So 3 by 33 is 99. And if it's to do it 4, there's no more than 24. So it'll reach 96. And if it was 5, it'll be 19. 19 by 5 is 95. You'll never pass 100. You can't pass 100 in order to do this calculation. So anyways, also what happens is 1, 4, and 7 is your base. So 1 can be 1, 1 can also be 10, 1 can be 19, 28, 37. 2 can also be 11, 20, 29, and all your combinations of 2. I forget where I started with this. So anyways, if you pick whatever number you're going to pick, if you pick 9, I'm going to say add 1, add 7, add 4. If you take 8, you're going to 8, add 2, add 5, add 8. If you take 5, add 2, 5, and 8. If you take 2, 5, and 8, add 2, 5, and 8. 1, 4, and 7, add 3, 6, and 9 to any of them and add them to a single digit. And you're going to end up with 1, 4, 7, no matter which one you do, right? 1, 4, and 7, add 3, 6, or 9 to any one of them. 2, 5, and 8, add 2, 5, and 8 to any one of them, and then add it up to a single digit. 3, 6, and 9, okay, you add 1, 4, and 7 to. Why? We need to come back to 1 or 10, 4 or 13, 7 or 16. That is our formation. Let me see what else it says here. Right, tic-tac-toe, the X's are 6. So in tic-tac-toe, either you're going to end up with 72 or you're going to end up with 45. In tic-tac-toe, correct. The second thing is that when you do tic-tac-toe, you can also change around. Your 6s, okay, on the cube, on 2 cubes, can be inverted to 8. Your 6, if you're looking at the other side of the cube, it'll convert to 1. The 24th letter, the reverse is the 3rd letter. The O, the reverse is the L. So if you have O, 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 you will have 36. Otherwise, you have 45. So, oh, I like there's a unicorn. I didn't understand the thing, but that's okay. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to do the base with pi. I believe pi is an auger, meaning if you know how feed goes into a bin or out of a bin, it's a spinning like a torus, things that turn, right? So it turns forward and it's always bringing something in, but it's always turning the same numbers over and over and over and over, right? It's like a feeder. That's what pi is. When I was talking about the numbers, I'm going to write it down and show you so you can see. Right? And then I'm going to show you the calculator. Let me turn this around. When you look at this, right, we work off of this right over here. If I have 2 1s, it'll be here. If I have 3 1s, it'll go here. There's 1 month. It's February, has a special month. Then there's 4 months of 30 days and 7 months of 31 days. When I do this twice, it'll be 14. It'll go here, 1 and 4 equals to 5. If I do this 3 times, it'll be 21, 2 and 1 equals to 3. So this will move to here and then to here. If I do the 4 twice, it goes here. If I do it 3 times, it's 12, 1 and 2 is 3. If I do the 1 twice, it's 2. If I do it 3 times, it's here. Always 3, the ABC theory. The ABC theory is we begin like this. We begin with A, B, C. We have A plus B plus C, or 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to a total of 6. The total, okay, if we add the D4, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So the minute we get to the fourth number, we turn everything over again. When we have the continuation of, when we have A, B, C, D, we have A, B, C because it only works in increments of 3, and we have B, C, D. This one will equal to 6, this one will equal to 9. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. The similarities between the two that'll bring them together is BC, or the CB code. If you noticed, we had 10 here, the 4 letters equal to 10. When we split it apart, we end up at 15. To bring them back together, it's 1.5. We have 6 sides to a cube, so instead of seeing it A, B, C, B, C, D, we're actually seeing it A, B, C, D, E, F. We're always going to have 4 to a band, right? We're going to have 2 to a pole, right? 4 to a band and 2 to a pole. That'll be your 6. The band is equal to 14 and the pole is equal to 7. Go around this dice cube. 2, 3, 5, and 4 is 14. When I spoke about 1, 4, and 7 being the basis of our creation, 1, 4, and 7. If I'd go 147, I'll go 49 by 3 equals 147. How about winning the 649? When we want to talk about number 1, I am going to add 6 to equal to 7. When I want to talk about number 1, I'm going to add 3 to equal to 4. When I talk about number 1, I am going to add 9 to equal to 10 to equal to 1, 147. If I talk about number 4, I need to get number 3 in order to equal to 7. If I talk about number 4, I need to get to 6 to equal to 10 to equal to 1. If I talk about 4, I must talk about 9 equals to 13, 1 and 3 equals to 4, 1, 4, and 7. If I talk about number 7, I need 9 equals to 16 equals to 7, 1 and 6 equals to 7. If I talk about number 7 and number 6 equals to 13, 1 and 3 equals to 4. If I talk about number 7 and I need to get to 10, 7 plus 3 equals to 10. The total over here is 39, represents angel 10. And this one will equal to 1, 1, 4, and 7. It'll be 28 and 11 plus 1. For the 40 days, it'll be 1 to 1. That's what these numbers, each one of these will be mathematical equations within themselves. So this is where the 147, and I bring it to this basis. I can bring it to the 258. This is the world we live. If I needed to bring everything into the 258, right? I will have 8 and 3 equals to 11 equals to 2. Now I need to bring it to 358. I'm going to go 8 plus 6 equals to 14 equals to 5. If I need to go 8 and I needed to bring it back into 8, it's 9 and 8 equals to 17. 1 and 7 equals to 8. I bring 8 back into 8. If I wanted to do the same thing with 5, I do 5 and 8 equals to, I want 5 and 9, right, 5 and 9 equals to 14 equals to 5. If I want to bring it to 8, it'll be 5 and 8. 5 and 3 equals to 8. If I want to bring it into 2, I'll do 5 and 6 equals to 2. So when I want to bring numbers to their domain, I have to see what I can do. So when I'm bringing numbers to this home for 369, I'm also bringing all of these numbers, 147 to 369. So bringing your numbers back home is being done all with 3, 6, and 9. Now the same thing with 3, 6, and 9. It's obvious you can see 3, 6, and 9 comes back to 3, 6, and 9. So this is how I understand my rotation. We also have to understand there's levels of those rotation. And there's just so many things. Everything is 9, and all the mathematics will reflect the same thing. If you see any of these sections will always be 9. So if I shake it up and I show you that, that's going to be 2 and 7. So let's do this. 3 times 2 equals to 6. 3 times 7 equals to 21. So what happened over here? 3 times 2, okay, equals to 6. The difference between 2 and 6 is 4. 3 times 7 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. The difference between 3 and 7 is 4. So the math is perfect. Would you like to try it with another number? Let's try it with the number. If you want to try it with another number, we can do it with the 1 and 8, right? We can do 3 times 1 equals 3, or 3 times 8 equals 24. 2 and 4 is 6. The difference between 1 and 3 is 2. The difference between 8 and 6 is 2. If we want to try it with the next one, right? 2 and 7 we already did. So what about 3 and 6? We already know 3 and 6 is going to work, right? Because 3 to 6 and 6 to 3. So 3 times 3 equals to 9. And 3 times 6 equals to 18. 1 and 8 equals to 9. So the difference between 3 and 9 is 6. And the difference between 6 and 9 is 6. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 3 and 6 is 9. Although you see it as 3, but if you do it the other way around, one's going up, one's going down. The same thing in this. This one's going down. This one's going down, right? So when you do the next one on 4, right? When you do the next one on 4, you'll do 3 times 4 equals to 12, equals to 3. And then you'll do what's missing over here is the 5, right? So you go 3 times 5 equals to 15, which equals to 6, right? So you went 5 over to 6, 1 difference, 4 over to 3, 1 difference. So the dice cube is absolutely perfect to its own mathematics. So now we're going to end this over here. I just have to look at my phone and see if there's any more commentary. Thank you everybody for joining this video. I'm exhausted. 1248. That is 124875 in that configuration. Peace and love, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Not bye-bye. Bye-bye is 2732. That would be the RAM.